Thursday, and on a Thursday we love to catch up with our gaming guru Doki Darko to know more about the gaming universe. Let's get it! Doki Darko with the game news. We got a console we want to use. Bring them on in. Howdy, Dockstar.
Waiting for the copyright email about that in my podcast.
Can't help talent. What, did Daddy Cool get ya?
Yeah, I'm sure they're worried about AI first. So, yeah.
Hey, Docky, what are you playing at the moment?
Playing a game called Dragon Quest VII, and it's actually it's a reimagination of that game. So it's Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
What does that mean? Like they've refreshed it, or?
Yeah, so this is a game that came out on PlayStation years ago, and I think Nintendo DS. And so what they've done is they've basically built it from the ground up and given it fresh new graphics and fresh new gameplay. It's really good, and I'll tell you why, because ever since I talk about this game all the time, but ever since I played Clair Obscur Expedition 33 last year, I've had like a hole in my heart that has not been able to be filled. I can't tell you the amount of times I've installed a game, played it for 20 minutes, and then turned it off.
Yep. You don't get that same feeling.
I'm not getting that feeling of
no.
And I think I've finally got it again with Dragon Quest, and the reason I've got it is because it's that turn-based combat, that RPG turn-based combat that I love. So to play this and even the kiddie-like graphics, the you know, it's just a fun RPG, 100+ hours, classic JRPG, and just worth playing in every single way. I love the quality of life they've added to it. So in the old version of the game, it would take so long to go through every single battle. But what they've done is if you level up far enough, you can sort of one-hit monsters in the map. So you don't have to go into the battle. It just automatically does it.
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
I hate that whole sequence after some Pokemon does it terribly.
Oh, yeah. And so you end up fighting these monsters that are so far below your level, and it's just a waste of everyone's time. And so they've sort of just sped along the process by doing things like that.
Opt out almost. That's great.
The story's incredible too. And I really love the name of some of the monsters. The monsters in it are sort of like, there's cross between kids and adults. So you find this urn on the ground and you pick it up and it turns into a monster. It's a hidden monster. And what's it called? It's called an urn.
Is it Ernie?
Or something. It's like, it's got a fun name. Like, it's just,
Ernie, what are you doing there?
What? So, Docky, quick question with this then. If you say reimagined, what is the difference between remake and then remastered? I know, but like a remake or reimagined.
Yeah, so a remake is basically remaking and trying to keep it as close to the original as possible.
Gotcha.
A remaster is just giving it a fresh lick of paint, or making a 1080p game 4K. And then what we've got here is a reimagine. So they've built it from the ground up, but they've also just gone ahead and changed a whole heap of stuff. So like I said, like they're adding those quality of life improvements. They've had to readjust the map to suit a modern audience. So you're dealing with those 8-bit graphics in the original, and now you're dealing with more 3D characters who are going around and they're going to explore a bit more.
So if they went to, I'm just trying to find a sort of a comparison here, but if they went and if they reimagined Fallout 1 and 2 to look more like its predecessors.
Well, I'd imagine a reimagining of those games would be to make them 3D. More like
okay, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah, awesome. That makes sense to me.
So that would be where I go. Oh, the name of that urn monster is Unexpected. Like, that's the level of humor we're dealing with.
That's great. That's great. That sounds like us just bashing about in this studio, coming up with names and stuff.
I love it. What I don't love is the price. It's $99, and it doesn't feel like a $99 game. Sure, if you were to do the return on investment for the hours that you put into it, $99, no worries.
Yeah,
but when you're looking at the game, you're looking at what it is and how old it is really at its heart. You go, $99, come on, guys. This is a $49 game.
Is there such a thing as guy math? Like, I know girl math is the thing where they buy a handbag and they go, I'll use it every day. So
right.
Like, guy math is it in my bank account? Good, we're good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Return on profit.
And worrying about the consequences later.
Yeah, can I come up with an excuse for my rent?
Yeah. So, Docky, tell us, we've got Wolverine as well. So the new one coming out from, is it Insomniac?
Yeah, it's from Insomniac. Of course, they did the Spider-Man games. And so this is absolutely brilliant. Because those games are amazing. Insomniac are one of the best studios around at the moment. And it's funny that they're releasing a game in the same year as we're getting a Grand Theft Auto, because this is going to be a massive year for gaming. They smartly have launched slightly before GTA. So they're going to go for September 15 as the launch date on this new game.
Awesome.
So very cool. The trailer for what we've seen so far looks amazing. I can't wait till we see more. Hopefully there's going to be another drop in a couple of weeks as we get closer to that event. But we know it's going to be set in the Marvel Spider-Man universe.
Oh, cool. Cool.
We're going to see Sabretooth and we're going to see Mystique in the game as well. So if you're into X-Men, then you'll know who they are. And he'll be able to, he won't be like swinging from skyscrapers and things like that in the game, but he will have his iconic motorcycle. So it'll be a lot of road trips.
Oh,
so
sick.
yeah. Now, from what I've seen, if I'm going to be devil's advocate here, I'm a little concerned. It looks very blocky almost in terms of combat. Like it feels very rigid. Whereas with Spider-Man, we had the fluidity of him sort of with the combat and flying around, whereas Wolverine feels almost tankier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that says a lot about the character itself as well. Like Wolverine isn't the sort of character that would swing around and attack. He is hardcore, rip things apart.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see more brutality, I think. And they're definitely going for like in America they call it the hard R, but here it's like M because we're not as soft.
Yeah, we can take those hits.
And I had another question about this. Don't worry, I've forgotten it.
Doxer, can you tell us about Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red? I thought these came out already. I thought we had them.
Yeah, so Leaf Green and Fire Red are getting released, and they are available in many different ways, just not through the Nintendo Store, my friend. So it's good to see that these original Game Boy Advance games this is when we started seeing Pokemon in color. So that takes you back a bit. And so they're coming out any day now. In fact, I think we'll have them on Friday. So in the Nintendo Store. Pretty cool. It's funny because I think Zelda is celebrating their 40th anniversary. Pokemon is celebrating their 30th anniversary. Nintendo aren't really known for celebrating anniversaries. They're not like for Zelda, they did nothing.
Does it make you guys feel old when they start doing like 40-year anniversaries and stuff?
It doesn't make you feel young.
That's another way of saying it makes you feel old.
On the show this morning, Docky, we were talking about... I'm ignoring that, by the way, Nick. On the show this morning, we were talking about Pokemon... I believe feels like it's almost like it never left really, but there feels like there's a resurgence.
Yeah, it does. I think we're about to experience Generation 10 of Pokemon too. So there's the big announcement coming on Saturday. So you can sign up for the live stream on YouTube.
Yep.
And I've got a feeling that we're going to see that next iteration of Pokemon because what we've seen in the last couple of games, especially the Legends, the last one that came out, is a real move towards a different style of gameplay. And they're sort of testing it out with this Legends. And I think what we'll see with Generation 10 is more of a integration into that. And so, I think this resurgence is definitely happening. The other thing that's happening with Pokemon at the moment is there's a YouTube auction happening, which is going to be really big in Australia, especially because they're getting rid of all these Pokemon cards and they're doing an auction for it. And they start at 1 cent.
Right.
This is cards that are worth thousands of dollars. Yeah. So don't this is where it makes us feel old because I remember having a lot of these cards as a kid and then throwing them out.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you sort of think these cards could pay for my house right now.
Honestly. Yeah, it makes me sick to the stomach to think what I've gotten rid of in the past that I should have just held.
Everyone sat on their own King Solomon mine for some time, and now
actually depressing.
Imagine having that Charizard that Jake Paul sold recently.
Oh yeah,
Logan Paul might have been one of the Pauls.
So that's exactly how.
Yeah, we couldn't remember which one.
One of the Pauls.
Hey, High on Life.
One that's less.
Hey, Doxter, tell us about High on Life 2 as well. This is we've played High on Life 1. I
haven't played it yet.
You haven't?
No, I really want to.
Really fun game.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
Would I say you need to play it? No, you don't, but you should. So the High on Life 1 was a game that really heavily involved Justin Rollins, who was who's now basically cancelled.
Yep.
So yeah,
and he did Rick and Morty, didn't he?
Yeah, so he was in Rick and Morty as well, but he's sort of like his personality is very much part of High on Life 1. And so you see a lot of Morty in that, especially.
Yeah.
But High on Life 2 sort of because the studio's Scorch Games have sort of gone on to do it themselves without him now. Yeah, I know, right? And it's very much got that humor, but it's less. And I think in this case, less is more. And I think it's a much less annoying game to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and at times, I think those guys, they really like to hang on a joke. Like in Family Guy, for example, when Peter stubs his knee and he's like, and it goes on for 10 minutes and you're like, okay, all right, I stop laughing.
Beating a dead horse at this
But they're
point,
trying to achieve that, where that point of a laugh is gone, but it comes back.
It's the awkward moment, and it comes back. And so there was a lot of that in High on Life 1. High on Life 2, I think it just, the movement, the fluidity of the storytelling is a lot better. The pacing is so much better. I really love the guns in it. There's some guns that you meet early on, and there's a really cool murder mystery is one of the first missions that you do. I love it. They've also introduced a skateboard, so instead of running, you're throwing down a skateboard and you can zip around and grind, and it's so much fun.
So cool.
My concern with the again, I'm always going to be devil's advocate when it comes to these things. I'm such a cynic. But one of my favorite franchises of all time was the Borderlands franchise, right?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
And what I find is when you hit a note of comedy in a video game, especially, lightning just doesn't strike twice. And I find that with the Borderlands series, the more and more it's gone on, the more the comedy is just they're still trying to hit that same note, but just can't.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a sign of the times or me.
It's almost like it becomes a parody of itself.
Yeah,
and I think the last Borderlands games was the least funniest game I'd played in a very long time.
I agree.
And not that I didn't enjoy it because I was back in playing Borderlands again, but also I didn't finish it because I just wasn't that. I lost interest really quick.
It doesn't have the same charm, and so I guess my concern is you're talking about High on Life sort of not doubling down on it. In fact, moving more towards the narrative and away from that comedic tone.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's going to help or hinder?
I think it'll help the game for sure. Yeah, okay. I think like I said, I think the pacing's a lot better. So the movement of the game, it's a lot more fluid.
Sure.
And I think, and then they're actually adding stuff too. It's not just another reinvention of the first one. Adding the skateboard, things like that, elements that actually improve the way the game moves.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. So yeah, I think High on Life 2 is probably a stronger game than the first one was. Even though I did love some of the elements of the first game, like the fact that they were harvesting people.
Always a great element of the game.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Humans are a drug to aliens, and they're harvesting them. It's very much the theme of the second one as well. But it
could be a theme of this life. Who knows?
Yeah,
we never know.
We're living in the Matrix, guys.
We'll find out when Trump does the alien announcement, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, bring it on. Hey, get all the latest game news at doggydarko.com or listen to the Multiplay podcast free on the iHeart app. We'll catch up next week, Doc.
Sounds great, guys.